I love the way it fades out. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Insider Gaming Weekly, a video game podcast. It is Thursday, September 18th, 2025. I'm, of course, one of your hosts, Mike Straw, senior editor here at Insider Gaming, joined with me, as always, by co-senior editor Grant Taylor-Hill and the big boss man himself, Tom Henderson. AP is not here. Maybe not here today. Likely not here today. Life got in the way. But the show goes on. It was close to being a two-man show with just Tom and I. Grant, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I've just clocked some really incredible news, and that is that maybe 6 or 7 miles away from where I live is your president. It's come over for a visit.
I'm my president.
I've only just realized he's like 10, 15 minutes down the road from me.
That's too close.
That's it, man. Crazy.
Not going to get into that. Don't want to get into that. If you want to get into that, follow me on social media. It's been those days. Tom, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, it's been a busy day. I think you've been pretty busy as well. And yeah, I like the winter's starting to set in as well in the UK. Like the past few days have been pretty horrible.
It's
yeah,
25 degrees tomorrow.
Is it?
Yeah, for me it is. I don't know.
It won't be for it won't be up here
north.
21 degrees. So
that's what I mean, man.
It's actually but then it's 16, then 12, then 13. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like the nights are getting the days are getting shorter, and it's all a bit shit.
It is. People always complain about the weather in this area. Like it's the running joke in the States when it comes to, sports and stuff. Like no one wants to go to Buffalo because it's bad weather. Last year, we were in the 80s Fahrenheit until Halloween, which is nuts. And then, it's, I think, like 82 degrees Fahrenheit here today. And it's just continuing to be great, beautiful weather. So I can't complain too much about that. I kind of wish I was outside right now. I should have done one of these shows outside, set up a whole thing and just made a little makeshift studio.
Do it in 3 months when you've got like 2 foot of snow.
I know. That's the thing. In 3 months, 2 feet. No, where I live, when we get hit with snow, it's about 5, 6 at a time. I think I've thrown pictures last year when we got hit with one really bad. But I prefer it. I love that weather too. It is fantastic weather. I remember being stuck in my apartment for a week because we were snowed in, and where our apartment was so far in the back that plows couldn't get to us until snow started to melt. So we were just stuck. And then my wife threw a spatula at me after like day 5 of not being able to like go anywhere. It was great. It was only, I think, our second winter together, married, like living together. And I managed to get her to throw a spatula to my face. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about video games. As always, this is Insider Gaming Weekly, a video game podcast airing every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. You can listen to us live on YouTube, watch us live on YouTube. If you are catching us on demand, we are available wherever you get your favorite shows, whether that be YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Cast, Amazon Music, wherever you're tuning in. Like the show, rate the show, subscribe to the show. It helps us grow. Also, a weekly newsletter drops every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. In your inbox with the latest news you might have missed, the column, this episode, upcoming game releases, fun random trivia facts, and I think I'm adding a puzzle corner for next week, just for fun, because I want something different to it next week. So I'm going to add a little puzzle to it. I don't know what yet, haven't figured that out, but tune in.
We should do like a little giveaway as well with it.
I mean, we are fast approaching 100,000 subscribers to the newsletter. So once we hit that.
Yeah.
So there we go. Insider-gaming.com/subscribe. You can sign up to that. We will never spam you. Sometimes you get 2 a week. More often than not, you get 1. And it's worth it. Because it's the best place where... And I'm shocked Grant hasn't taken advantage of it more. It is the one place where you can give an opinion, write an opinion column, and not get yelled at. And he doesn't. I'm so shocked he doesn't take advantage of it more. Next week,
no, man, it's fine. As long as I tag it feature, it's allowed. You know?
I'm gonna get.
That's it, man.
I'm gonna give it 7 I'm gonna get like a 700-word column on why smut is the future of gaming.
It is, man. Look at the numbers.
Letter, and that's where we're gonna go. We have some things to talk about today. The two other gentlemen have no idea what I have planned to talk about today.
Complete surprise.
Some of it's obvious. It's pretty obvious.
I mean, yeah, I've got a feeling I know one of the topics.
Based on the chat, you can kind of guess on one of those topics.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, there is some things we need to talk about, some housekeeping. We usually start off with what you've been playing. We kind of know what Grant's been playing, so I'm going to turn the floor to him and let him talk about the game review that went live today at Insider Gaming, and maybe give people who might not have read it yet your thoughts on Dying Light the Beast.
Man, Dying Light the Beast. Yeah, so it was really hard to kind of keep a lid on things because I had the game on the 7th or 8th, I think it was. So I got it really early, maybe even earlier than that still. But yeah, so I had my hands on it real early, and I was chomping at the bit for this game. Like when they first revealed it at Gamescom 2024, we were on the show floor. You know, we saw the trailer first person, and it was like first hand rather, and it was just like it blew me away because I'm such a big fan of Dying Light in general. I love that post-apocalyptic zombie kind of theater. So I went into this with, you know, fairly high expectations. I thought, you know, this is going to be a win for sure, but it blew me away, man. Absolutely everything I could have asked for. And then some. Like, I think we all thought this was going to be something really small because it was designed originally as a DLC for Dying Light 2. But what these guys have created, Techland, what they've done in such a short period of time to create this game that has a good 40, 50 hours of content in a world that's really densely populated despite being compact. And, you know, as I said in my review, like it feels like Dying Light 3. They're referring to it as Dying Light 3. And the way it wraps up at the end, obviously absolutely no spoilers because it came out 4 hours ago. But the way that it wraps up at the end, it absolutely sets the floor for Dying Light 4 or whatever comes next, you know?
Dying Light the Unbeast. I don't know. That was stupid. Shut up.
Yeah, man. That was horrible.
I don't know why you had to derail me with that bullshit.
I'm sorry.
But no,
sorry.
It is really good. Really, really good. So it took me about 35 hours to do the story. And, you know, there's a lot of fooling around with side content you can do. And there's collectibles all over the place. Like, you know, it's like any other, like Dying Light 1, Dying Light 2. It's kind of the same operating model. But they've obviously fixed up a lot from Dying Light 2 in that this is not a live service game. There are no microtransactions, no in-game currencies to worry about. You just get your game and you play it and you enjoy it. If you want to play it with your friends, then you can. That's fine. And it's there. They've already said that there's going to be some post-launch support. One thing that they did talk about was replayability features, which is like code for New Game Plus. that's what it's going to be, I assume. So they're supporting it for a bit, and now they pivot back to focus on Dying Light 2. So we'll see where that goes. But now it's pivoting to that, doing whatever they're doing with their fantasy game, and then, you know, as they've alluded to over the last couple of months in interviews, this is just the ground floor for the next generation of Dying Light. You know, I spoke with a franchise director at Summer Games Fest, and he said the Beast kicks off the next generation of this franchise. So give it a few years and we'll see another one, you know.
Without spoiling anything, I don't know if you can do it without spoiling anything. What would you like to see after playing and getting through the Beast? What would you like to see for the future of this franchise? Where would you like to see it maybe go?
So basically, the big twist at the end of the game. So no, the way it wraps up, it's like, I refer to it numerous times in the review as like a love letter to Dying Light fans, right? So it basically is, if you've played the game, if you've played the franchise since the first game came out in 2015, it's going to feel very familiar and you're going to understand a lot of the story. And there are some things that happen at the end that you look at and you understand the impact and the gravity of them, more so if you've played Dying Light 2 as well. And it is kind of a full circle, and then it sets up the road ahead. But it does it in such a way that you've got like, it's completely open-ended. Like, I can see what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, but I don't know where, or I don't know, you know, with what kind of operate. Are they going to go the same route they did with Dying Light 2 and have it like this big, broad live service 500-hour game? Or are they going to maybe see the value in keeping it smaller and more compact with the Beast and maybe go that way again? I don't know. But in terms of what I'd want to see, I mean, I want to see more of what they've done. You know, the timeline that they're at now, where it's 20 odd years into the apocalypse, is great because it means the world's in ruins, and I love that. They've, you know, they experiment more and more with these big ferocious enemies, and some more of that would be great because the evolutions they have are crazy good. Like some of the enemies in this game are fantastic. The designs on them and the way they fight is so great. And now you've got the beast mechanics in the game. They just give you another way of fighting, and I can see that evolving. But really, it's like just seeing what the rest of the world looks like, because Dying Light 1 was set in a fictional Turkish city. Dying Light 2 was set in a European, you know, it's called Villador, and it was kind of like Central Europe somewhere. And this one's set in Castor Woods, which is in the Alps. So maybe see how the rest of the world is doing. Maybe Dying Light could go over to the States or something. You know, there's plenty of ground to cover.
Oh,
so
there's plenty if they want to come this side.
Exactly. They could do something like that. We don't have to, you know, I was going to say something that would ruin the ending, so we're not going to do that. But there are things that I want to see, like, you know, more of leaning more into the survival aspect a bit more, and maybe putting in some bits and pieces like I like games like this. I like base building. I like crafting things. I like building stuff. So that could be pretty cool.
Dying Light Chicago.
Yeah, exactly. Why not, man? Why not? I mean, I suppose because like this, I asked this question to both Nathan Lemaire, I've probably butchered his name. I asked him at Gamescom, and I asked Timon Smektaler at Summer Game Fest. I said that very question. What do you guys, if you had full creative license, you could do whatever you wanted with it, where would you take it, right? And, you know, it was like they can't really answer. They can't really say because they're just going to give away potential plans. But I was spitballing with Timon, who's the franchise director, and he said that he once pitched zombies in space, like Dying Light going like sci-fi, and it didn't go anywhere. You know, it was shot down. But you know, the abilities that these guys have to do whatever they want with their game, you know, is unparalleled. Like they can do whatever they want. The world is theirs. You know, they've shown that with the Beast they can push beyond the conventional zombie survival stuff, and just go all out with the whole. You know, it borders the superhuman. Which some people might not necessarily like. It gets a bit fantastical, but I'm a fan of it and I like it, and I just want to see where it goes next. But yeah.
So in case you're wondering, Grant did not like the game at all. He gave it a 1 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Actually, from what I have seen online, because you know I do look around when a game comes out, and I do play the comparison game. From what I can see from all of the major outlets that have so far reviewed Dying Light the Beast, I have given it the highest score in the world.
We know what score one outlet gave, because you can guess.
Yeah.
We're not going to say the outlet or the score, but you can guess.
7.
Oh yeah, there we go. They gave it a 7. We know,
man. That's it, man.
Before we get to Tom, real quick, Brendan Martin, thank you for the super chat. $5 wearing a Bills jersey. Yeah, go Bills. That's all I'm going to say. Go Bills. They play tonight for the day we're recording, for the two on the other side that don't watch real football. So, you know, in a good mood. I'm in a great mood until they lose tonight, and then I'll be miserable. So, Tom, have you been playing anything? I don't think you have because of what we've been working on. But
yeah, I have not been playing anything. I obviously mentioned last week that I was playing a playtest of a game that I can't talk about. Or it might have been the week before, but
yeah, you said last week about that.
Yeah, so I'll probably be playing that again this weekend because there's another playtest of it, and that's pretty much it. Maybe a few games of Balatro here and there, and yeah, just super busy at the moment, both on the gaming side and personal side. So I've not had much time, unfortunately.
Man's run off his feet.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff coming up for Insider Gaming. We did, for those that missed the announcement last week, haven't been on, we did launch FootballGamingZone.com as Insider Gaming has expanded to Insider Gaming Group. FootballGamingZone.com, all the coverage for EAFC, eFootball, rematch, goals, Football Manager, and whenever FIFA decides to come out with a game, all the coverage will be over there. So bookmark it, check it out, and let us know your thoughts. You know what I've been playing the last 2 days? I have been diving into Skate, and that is definitely one of the games of all time.
What do you think of the new? What do you think of it?
The skateboarding, it feels smooth. The flick controls and just the right stick to manage your skateboard and movement, that all feels great. I have to remember this is just in early access, but there's nothing there that makes it feel like a skate game other than the skateboard controls. The character customization for early access is super weak. I expect that to get better, but it is super. There's no way to make your character really stand out at the base level of like how they look, their facial structure, facial hair, anything like that. Granted, I'm bald with a mustache, very unique look, without a doubt. But I can't even make that kind of good enough look with what they have. They have a bald head and a mustache, but it doesn't look that good either. You move faster doing somersaults throughout the map.
I've seen that.
And there were a few things where I'm just like, you know what I want to do in my skateboarding game? Climb a damn wall. To get to a mission, you have to get off your board and climb a wall. It takes about 30 seconds to climb. But no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to climb a wall. The getting to missions is a pain when you first start the game. Like, it takes so long to start getting into missions. The VAI guide that they give you is obnoxiously annoying. Like, the little quirks were fine at the start, but then it just keeps going and going. Like, you go in to look what you have for your clothes, and you decide not to change anything. And every time you get out, they go, sometimes it's just okay to stay the same. Like, shut up.
Like, don't you remember Tony Hawk's Underground, man? That one of the first missions encouraged you to get off your board and climb around and jump on houses and shit.
Yeah, and it was dumb then. I don't want to climb in a skateboarding game. I want to skate.
Did you see Tony Hawk recently redid the intro to Tony Hawk's Underground? And
no, but I need to.
He like reenacted the intro, but like live action, and he made a comment about like, oh hey, you can get off your board. And he actually re-referenced it. So I think that was the first time they did it.
Is Hall of Meeting skit the new skit?
I
just see people hurling themselves off of like skyscrapers.
Yeah, you can just launch yourself.
Yeah, but like, will it show like what bones you've broken and stuff like it did in the?
I imagine it must do somewhere. Where's Coach Frank in it? No, Coach Frank, is he around?
I jumped off not a building, but a ledge. Bit it, and all it does is say "hard slam" in the bottom left. It just says "hard slam."
They need to add that. I think that was a really cool feature in the old skates.
Yeah, the skateboarding itself is fun. Everything around it needs a lot of work.
But it sounded like from how you were describing it, was it the same? The whole flick stick controls, wasn't that same in like Project 8 or something? It was
the same. The flick stick is same as like the old skate games.
Which is the one? No, wait, I'm thinking of the one where you can like go down and zoom into the board, and it goes like slow motion, and you can like super fine tune control your feet on the board. I think that was Project 8. That was like 15 years ago though.
Yeah, but it's just not. I don't know. Their move to making Skate a live service game is not. Like, granted, I've only put 4 or 5 hours into it, but it's enough for me to say they need a lot to make this worthy.
But from what people are saying, like, it doesn't even sound like it's like skateboard centric. Like, what are the brands and stuff? Like, someone in the chat said there's no pro skaters or nothing.
Nothing. There's absolutely nothing. Like,
so it's just the concept of skateboarding without all of the iconography and the branding and the people that made it what it is.
Yeah, it's definitely not a game I think I'm sticking with throughout early, unless they add a lot. But that's what I've been playing, and I'll eventually get to other things. Did have Lego Voyagers. That review went live on Monday, so that was fun. That game, my wife, I reviewed it through the eyes of my wife, a lot of it, watching her go from bored to not know what's going on to annoyed to liking it to back to being annoyed to random things making her laugh. And like, I enjoyed that game a lot, despite a couple little hiccups and bugs and stuff and backtracking. Definitely worth like the $20 or whatever it is.
Isn't Lego Party out soon as well?
That comes out on the 30th. We should have a review at Insider Gaming. We're told we're on the list. They just haven't sent them out yet.
Cool.
But that's a game, like, from my time at Summer Games Fest, that was my game of the show, and that'll be a game that I know will be a popular game in this house with the family. So that's what we've had there. But we need to move on to some news, some speculation. Before we do that, if you want to guarantee your question get on the air, because there's a lot that has come in, consider leaving us a super chat. We will never paywall this show, but that does help us continue to pay the staff and keep us going with these weekly shows.
Wait, you guys get paid?
I love that movie. I love that movie. It is the meme is funny. The movie's great. But
the execution of that was brilliant.
I know, it threw me off so hard. You know who doesn't get paid? This guy.
Oh man, where you at, AP?
Because he doesn't turn up.
He's there. He's with us in spirit.
He's locking down the chat for us and talking to everybody, which has been great. We do. Where was it? There was another question, but I don't want to. I can't find it. I can't remember what it was. PlayStation. That's the topic we're going to move into. Very obvious based on the chat. Reports are. We've reported. They've been everywhere that a state of play is happening this month. The latest rumor is that is actually happening next week. I mean, there's only 8 business days left in September to get it done. So, yeah. Pretty, duh type of thing. PlayStation State of Play next week. All the scuttlebutt. The rumor continues to be around Wolverine making an appearance. Tom had the exclusive report that the next trailer's all but done, ready to go, and it's looking likely it will be at State of Play. If not, later this year, the Game Awards will be another spot. But a lot of people, I think, are building up this State of Play as something huge because Nintendo just had their largest Nintendo Direct for a console ever. Lengthwise, we haven't had a proper State of Play since June 4th. Do you think people should have their hopes up as high as they're kind of getting themselves, or do you think they need to settle some expectations so they're not disappointed?
It's an interesting one because obviously Wolverine is going to be massive, right? If it is there, but let's be clear. I've not been concretely, I said this in the report. I've not been told that it will be at the State of Play. All I know is that the trailer is ready. So you kind of just make the assumption, right?
2 and 2 discussion.
Yeah. So and generally speaking, that's how a lot of these rumors kind of like happen. Is you'll hear a rumor that X game is happening because a trailer's done, or X game is going to have behind the scenes presentations and stuff like that. So you kind of just assume that that it's going to be a PlayStation State of Play or Xbox Showcase or whatever event. But I don't know, man. Like I feel like we're due like a big event. Like I don't think we've had a PlayStation Showcase in like 3 years now, unless I'm mistaken.
A full showcase. It got to the point where I don't know the difference anymore between a State of Play and a showcase.
Yeah, and like unless they've just streamlined it to just being State of Plays, but then I feel like there's no distinction between them because you've got these game-specific State of Plays now. You've got these kind of weird mid kind of third-party State of Plays, and it's all a bit meh. I think Xbox does it much better. But
sorry, man, I had to take my shot, man.
the inner console war in you came out there. No.
Sorry, bro, that thing is bugging me.
That's incredible. This fly, by the way, has been bothering Grant since before the show. So if you're not watching, if you're listening after the fact, or you just have us on in the background, he just decided to go full, Street Fighter on a fly.
Crazy.
But yeah, we've also Tokyo Game Show coming up, which I believe is next weekend or the weekend after.
Next week. Yeah.
Where we will be getting the next Forza Horizon announcement, which I am excited for.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. We are gonna get something next week, and then it's just obvious that there's going to be like interview opportunities and all that kind of stuff at Tokyo Game Show, right? I have heard a few things will be there, but I can't get into that.
We will have boots on the ground at Tokyo Game Show, though.
Yes, we will.
The partnership was announced after last week's show, but we got the Iron Lords doing some stuff for us.
Yeah, so we've partnered up with the Iron Lords, which is a pretty interesting partnership because I don't think it's really been done before where like outlets are actually helping each other in a substantial way like that.
What you mean? It's not just everybody dog eat dog world and going after and trying to put everybody else out of business?
Yeah, I know, right? And lying and
plagiarizing
and all that kind of stuff.
Hey, it was never proven.
Or
but yeah, it's
embargoes.
Yeah, right. But yeah, it's an interesting partnership. I've really enjoyed the Iron Lords for a number of years now, and whenever you're down or you're feeling a bit shit or whatever, you can always tune into their podcast, and I guarantee you within 10 minutes you'll be smiling and laughing. So I'm looking forward to working with those guys. And
he hasn't promoted our podcast like that.
Jeez, I know, right? Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I think it's going to be a good collaboration and hopefully the start of something wonderful.
Yeah, they are.
We have a super chat. That's an interesting one.
Before we get back to the PlayStation, what's your guys' most Alley Cat? Thank you for the $2 super chat. Most anticipated game next month.
I mean, Tom and I probably have the same one. I imagine. Yeah. Battlefield 6. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 I'm buzzing for it. Everything that we've seen come out of that in the last few days. I think we're talking about it later on. I think I remember seeing you say we'd talk about something to do with Battlefield, Mike. But the gameplay that came out recently for the supersized map and some of the battle royale stuff just has me super, super pumped, man. I can't wait. Do you know what I want to see more of? And obviously we'll get to that as it gets closer. It's the campaign, because I've stressed on previous shows numerous times. I really love a Battlefield campaign, and all we've kind of seen is that opening cinematic, kind of setting the base of everything with Armada and whatever, and PAX. Whatever that buddy called Pax Armata.
Yeah, Pax Armada.
Yeah, but like, I just, it looks so compelling. I really want to play it. And I will always play the campaign of an FPS game, even if it's something like COD, before I play multiplayer. So that's what I'm really excited for.
I got a couple. NASCAR 25 for the redneck American in me. Because
NASCAR.
People have seen the NASCAR coverage on Insider Gaming. It does
round.
Inside baseball. It does pretty well for us. But I love it. There's also a game coming out from one of the co-developers of Streets of Rage 4, Guard Crush Games, called Abselum. I played it at Summer Games Fest, and it's a side-scrolling beat 'em up, which is one of my favorite genres. But it also blends in roguelike elements of different runs and each run feeling unique and all that stuff that I'm super excited to check out. That, I think, comes out October 9th, so the day before Battlefield. There's also Pokemon Legends ZA that comes out that I know I am probably likely to pick up.
Mm-hmm. Arc Raiders as well is at the end of the month. That looked pretty glowing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for that because of the also RoboCop Rogue City collection is coming out. And for those of you who didn't tune into, I think the show before last, I 100% completed that on a whim. That was great. But yeah, the Arc Raiders, I'm really excited because, I like an extraction shooter first and foremost, but I never got to play any of the beta or anything. So it'll be my first time actually getting hands-on with it. And I've seen some of the concept art floating up recently. I know they're not doing any more tests or whatever until it comes out, which, for better or worse, we just kind of get what we're given when it drops. But the concept art they've been showing, it's just giving some real post-apocalyptic vibes, which I think, as we know from the start of this chat today, I like that.
Yeah, so, I wonder, like, Arc Raiders, I was super kind of into with the beta and all that. Like, I wonder if it's going to come out at a time where, in my mind, I'm going to have, I have all these other games I want to play.
Yeah.
That it just gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah. I also know my most anticipated game for October 2026.
We'll get into that.
GTA 6.
We'll get into that.
No, I'm joking.
He's on Reddit again.
People are saying Ghost of Yotei. To be honest, I didn't care for Ghost of Tsushima. So Ghost of Yotei looks good. Yes. Not a game I'll probably play.
I fell in with Tsushima when it came out, and I did really enjoy it. Stunning game, like striking visuals, beautiful game. Combat was great, but it was so I just felt like it was really bloated. You had this massive, massive world, huge story, loads of side content. And it was one of those where I just got to a point and I just went, I haven't got time for this, you know? So I dipped it and I'll
no one's talking about in the chat or on here, the number one game that's coming out in October.
What's that one?
The Ubisoft Classic. Just Dance 2026 comes out mid-October.
Oh,
guys.
Man.
That's what we should do.
See, I didn't know that it was even coming out because I didn't see all of the people dancing on the stage at Ubisoft
Forward. Remember when they had Usher?
Every year.
Like
yeah.
15 years ago, they had Usher do it. And it was just like, come on, E3.
You know what?
I'm scrolling
through the list.
Moves, you definitely do not get high scores on that game. Jesus.
I'm looking through the list now, and I'm like ashamed of how many we forgot to name or how many we haven't actually addressed yet. Like we were talking, like Dispatch. You've done a lot about Dispatch recently.
That comes out, that comes out October 22nd. Like that.
The Outer Worlds 2. That's a pretty big one coming to Game Pass day one. That's going to be a big mover.
There's a lot. Like we are in this run.
Yeah.
Wine moms love Just Dance.
Let's yeah, right. Let's get back to the state of play.
Sorry, you threw us off, Alley Cat. You threw us completely off.
You got your money's worth for that.
I know.
$2 though. My God.
Chat. But yeah, state of play. So Wolverine would be the big one to show up. Like if Wolverine's there, a lot of people are going to be happy. I don't think it doesn't matter what else is or isn't there. If we finally see Wolverine and then they flash 2026 on the screen, which reports they still want to hit that date, people are going to be happy. There's a lot of people thinking we're going to get Naughty Dog's Intergalactic there. I don't think we will.
No, like sorry to cut you off, but I think that's because of the article that I did. I said we could see it, and then everyone was like, boom. It's going to be there, and it was just speculation on my part.
We could see a new Jack and Daxter game. It does, we could see anything.
I had Killzone's make a comeback.
Yeah,
you know what they're going to do is going to get to the end of the Wolverine trailer. They're going to flash up the splash of the title, and then they're going to do some shit like claws are going to like slash the screen, and it's going to be like July 12th, 2026 or something.
That'd be amazing. That's exactly what they will do. They will do the claw thing to do it. People are bringing up God of War Metroidvania game. I feel like that might be almost as sure of a bet as you could make. If you're putting money down on what could be, which there's one platform out there that actually would allow you probably to do that. You can, I'd put money on God of War Metroidvania because I think we were supposed to see it earlier in the year and it just got pushed back.
Yeah, there's some weird confusion because there is the Metroidvania game in development, and then there's also a new mainline God of War game in development, which is like kind of similar themes. I think like God of War, that like Kratos this time has like it's like an Egyptian sword, like the curved Egyptian sword.
Oh, like what they call the sabers, like
something like that. So I don't know. Like, I can't
remember what they are.
I can't. Yeah, but I think that like what Prince of Persia's got or whatever.
Scimitar.
Like
there you go.
Yeah. So yeah, I think probably the Metroidvania God of War is a good bet. I think maybe we'll get something on Marathon, like an update on Marathon.
That's a game. Yeah,
that is a game. Like if they need a bit of filler, then they can put that in the fair game $. It's something that
if there's anyone left to promote the damn thing.
Yeah, well, we heard about that last month by Michael Pashta, who kind of like messed up, right? Like he said, I heard that it was cancelled. And then it came
they had to come out and be like, no.
Yeah. And I even reached out to Haven Studios head of communication, and she ghosted me, so I don't know what that means. Maybe it is in trouble, who knows? But yeah, and then I'm sure there's some other third party stuff that they want to show off.
I wonder if we'll get some more Astrobot levels. I feel like Astrobot that's a cash cow they can still dive into, because
I want a teaser for the next Stellar Blade. you know, we know they're working on it, man.
Yeah, just one little jiggle.
One little,
and then it just comes up Stellar Blade 2.
yeah, that's literally it. Just cheeks.
Stellar Blade 2,
a big 2 down the middle.
No, yeah, it's like Roman numerals. It's like 1 on each cheek. And it just jiggles a little bit.
People are bringing up Staros. That's probably a good bet. Because I mean, they closed the show with it. My guess is they might give something, even if it's 30 seconds. I wonder, because we know it feels like only a matter of time that Starfield, I don't want to go into Starfield too much, but Starfield coming to PS5. I mean, I wonder if that'd be the time they do it.
Actually,
people are talking about Resident Evil. There's that Resident, like,
that's a good point on Starfield, but also today there was a rumor that Flight Simulator is coming to the PlayStation 5.
That would 100% be at the show.
That seems like a good bet as well.
Where's my flight stick?
Cyrus is one of those that I don't really know too much about it at all. Apart from the opening trailer that we saw, you know, I couldn't tell you a thing about it, unfortunately.
It looks like saw it. I thought it looked incredible, and then, but like I've said in the past, I also thought MindsEye looked incredible.
Poor Alex Hernandez, man.
Oh yeah, that story. He thought his career was over because of that. You can't blame the actor for the
You
game.
know what? You know what? This is a little aside, right? But it's what he said rings so true when he said that you know, people see his face, they hear his voice, and they think, oh, this guy, you know, it's all on his head because he's what they associate with the game, right? So a lot of people will put it on Build a Rocket Boy, but then at the same time, this guy is like visual. He's right there in front of you. Like, who knows what Leslie Benzies looks like? Everyone now knows what Alex Hernandez looks like, you know, and with Mafia 3 as well being the blower that it was when it came out. It's like this guy, he said, like, he's got the shit touch, like he's got the poo-poo touch, whatever he said, like he just can't get a project right. And look at other games, like, I mean, we're talking about Naughty Dog. Look at The Last of Us. Look at like Laura Bailey, for example, when she was getting like death threats and shit for her portrayal of.
But that's just because people are stupid.
Of Abby, but it's like people don't see the person that, you know, they're not going after the people that write her the script and that design the character. They're going after the people that play the character. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
Crazy, man.
I it didn't make sense to me, like, why people get that way, and it never will. That's they're people.
Starfield is toilet. Starfield is toilet.
Agreed. I signed up for a 2-week, you know, the $1 for 14 days. Just because I'm like, I'll give Starfield a shot. 2 hours.
Do you remember what I did? Man? Didn't
you buy the collector's edition?
Bro. It's
you big old dummy.
So hold on, I've just trapped.
I had a coworker while you're doing that. I had a coworker take 4 days off of work at my old 9 to 5 because of that game. He came back after 1 day of his 4-day break.
I mean, this is what I took time off work, right? I was gassed. I was so excited. I was making content about it. I was following every piece of news about it. Did I kill my lights?
I don't know. This is amazing.
Where have my lights gone?
Content.
Half my lights have just died.
I mean, you did pull a wire when you pulled the container.
Oh, I've unplugged something somewhere. It's fine. Yeah, so I was so gassed for Starfield, man, because I love Bethesda games, right? It came out. I gave it like 100 hours to get through it and as much of the side content as I could. And then I never, ever looked back. Didn't get into any of the modding. Didn't do Shattered Space. Did nothing, right? And it has just like plagued me how it's taken them so long to do anything substantial with it. Like we knew about Shattered Space long before the game came out because they were like, hey, this is our first expansion. And then we're going to have like one a year. And then that came out, you know, last year. And then absolute radio silence. And all they say like on 5 occasions is we're still working very hard. We're still working very hard. We'll reveal when the time is right. Anniversary comes up like a week ago and they drop like, a name, Terran Armada, you know, they drop a name, then nothing else. And it's like, what is happening with this game that had from origin of the concept to delivery, something like 20 years of development? What's happening with it, man? Like, what are you doing with this game? It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't, you're another Starfield victim. Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
people
And
keep
that's it.
talking
And
about-
that's it. No, that's it. Sorry to butt in again,
Oh,
Mike, but I just realized I'd sacrificed my lights for a good reason. So like I was so won over on like the first day it came out. I had like this like, oh my God, this game is actually really fantastic. I went down to my local video game store and I paid £250 to get the collector's edition. And then a week later, I'd given up on the game. I was like, what? This is the weirdest turnaround that
You
I've
are
ever experienced.
take this however you want.
Here we
You
go.
are exactly who they're targeting.
I'm the mug.
You're exactly the person. Like, I am king. Never pre-order a game. If you pre-order a game, you're giving away your money type of part. Like, that's just how I am in the digital era. It was trash. It was trash. Everybody thinks your shelf's gonna fall, and now his camera's broken, guys. I ran him off. I ran him off.
I'm still here. I need to figure out this lighting thing.
Talking that Tom is playing Knights of the Old Republic. Clearly, that's the game. Apparently, you're playing, Tom. People are dead set. That is the game you're playing. If that game showed up at State of Play, or whatever they want to call it, I would lose my mind. Knights of the Old Republic is one of my favorite games ever. I remember getting it for PC, and I got so pissed because my PC couldn't run it when I was 12 years old, 13 years old. My computer could not run that game. My dad felt so bad for me that we went and bought an Xbox.
Damn.
Remember last week I said I came from a very privileged house? Like,
yeah.
So we went and bought an Xbox just so I could play Knights of the Old Republic.
No, those lights are screwed.
My parents would have had to burgle a house to get me an Xbox like that.
Yeah. Like when I found out, when my dad got terminally ill and I found out how much money this mother made, like, I said, I'm like, you mean when I asked for a car, I couldn't get it? Granted, they sent me to private school. This is massive first world. Like, really, you spoiled little bastard. Like, but now I'm like reaping what I sow and like building it back up on my end. So
I think I was kind of inverse. I was broke as hell growing up, but now like last year, for example, my son, we had like a big canvas on the wall behind the TV. My son threw a ball, knocked the canvas down, back of the PlayStation 5, hit the HDMI port, and tore it out the back of the thing. I tried to fix it with like soldering irons and stuff, completely fucking destroyed the entire thing. Like I made that thing 10 times worse than it ever was. But then I literally I was like, I can't go without one. I just marched straight into the store and I was like, have you got the PlayStation 5 Slim Digital in stock? He was like, yeah, we're like, I'll take one. And that was it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm fortunate that I could do that now, you know?
I was in that position for a couple years at this one startup I worked at. And then they realized, wait a minute, we don't have any more money. And then they let 50% of the company go. Good times. And that's when I started working here pretty much full time. So there we go. Everything happens for a reason. No, they still haven't canceled. Everything I know on the Knights of the Old Republic is that despite the rumors and the trailer being taken down and unlisted, it has never been canceled yet. So take that what you will. The game has been still in development. But is there anything that maybe people aren't talking about for this State of Play that you are hoping to see that might show up?
I think we're probably going to get another Souls-like just because it seems like a guarantee at every bloody event these days. There's so many of them.
Bored of that.
Maybe From Software have got something. I don't know.
Bloodborne remake. That's all people seem to want from that.
The Last of Us Part 2 remastered, the definitive edition remade. Some shit. Like...
/ re-release. Yeah.
Yeah. The director's cut, the Neil Druckmann special edition.
The special $100 edition. Because they're raising the price of the consoles. Let's raise the price of the game. Like DLC for Night Rain.
I mean, we joke. I'd still buy it.
Never another series where I love the story. I know the story. I've watched the playthroughs. I've never played it myself, and I've never had the interest in. But I'm also very rare to buy a single player experience game. Unless it depends on the game. And if I'm already into it, I'm very particular in the money I spend.
I mean, we've said about my stuff, like anyone that will lend me their ear, you know, every time someone spots my Last of Us tattoo, because it happens quite often, you know, like it happened at Gamescom, and I gave a guy goose. I don't know if I said this. I don't know if I said this story on here, but I gave a German man goosebumps, which sounds weird to say without context, but like he spotted my Last of Us tattoo, and he was gassing about it, man. He was so excited to see it. Like I was just having a beverage in the hallway, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Oh my god, I love your tattoo." So then I showed him the clicker inside my arm, and he like squealed, man. And then I told him the story about bumping into Neil in LA and showing Neil, and he was like, "Oh my god!" And he held up his arm and he was like, "Look, goosebumps!" And I'm like, "Okay, man,
it's just a game. Calm down."
He loved it, man. He was loving it.
Ghetto Truth brings up, hopefully UFC 6. You will never see a sports game announcement at these showcases.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah,
never.
Never thought of that.
It just doesn't happen. You might see like them in a sizzle reel. Like you saw EAFC at Nintendo Direct in a sizzle reel. We've seen NBA 2K at Sony in a sizzle reel. You will never see like a major sports gaming announcement because they do their own thing and they're in their own world. It's just how it is. Uncharted 5, probably not. Kingdom Hearts.
They're done and dusted.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts, who knows what's going on with that. I think Square might do something on their own with that. I don't know. There's still some games like, do we see, here's the one game too, do we finally see the Black Flag with everything, all the rumors that are coming out now, the leaks or whatever, do we finally see the Black Flag remake?
I don't think so. Have they done? I don't think they typically show stuff or anything outside of the Ubisoft shows now.
Yeah. I don't know. Didn't the recent rumor say March 2026?
Yeah,
but I mean, or for the release.
For the release, so maybe it's a Keighley Game Awards thing. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't recall ever really seeing a big Ubisoft game like that at a State of Play.
What's ironic is that even though it's a remake of a game that came out 12 years ago, I guarantee it'll outsell any Assassin's Creed that's come out in the last like 5 years.
Well, yeah, because it's the last. Let's be real. It's the last universally beloved Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, I mean, Origins might give it a run for its money, but yeah. But that's the thing. They're going. The way the rumors are saying, like, oh, it's more RPG centric or whatever. And it's like, well, that's what people don't want. You know, that's why Mirage was so good, because it got rid of all of that RPG stuff. And it was just a back to basics Assassin's Creed game where they gave you your target and you went to kill them. You know, there was no huge, massive branching skill trees and, you know, these crazy demigod-like attacks and whatever. And that's why I liked Shadows as well, because it was way more grounded. You weren't someone with supernatural abilities like you were in all the other big Ubisoft Assassin's Creed titles. So I'd prefer it if they went back and they just give us, like, obviously the engine, the visuals, whatever, you know, boost the hell out of those and quality of life stuff, but you don't have to change the formula of what made it so perfect. Because I agree, like, I absolutely adored Black Flag. Like, I remember when it came out, man, like I had like the theme music was my phone's alarm for like months, and I'd wake up every morning to the sound of Black Flag. We'd have like, my wife and I would listen to like the Black Flag soundtrack in the car because she was a huge fan of it as well. I brought like the little figures they had for it. I brought the collector's edition. Oh man, I loved Black Flag so much. I'm really excited for it to come back around. I'm gonna fall in love with it all over again, man.
People are bringing up Marvel 1943. Gameplay did leak. So it kind of makes you think that might be a game that
isn't that gameplay from 2 years.
That's from potentially as far back as 3 years ago.
So maybe it's just weird. Like when there's a showcase coming up and then something comes out like within a week, it makes me think there's a good chance.
Well, the post was weird, so like, you know, not to bag on it. That's a bit rude for me to say that, but it didn't have a source link to it, and it didn't have a date to it. It just kind of had like we believe this was between this year and this year. So we don't know when it originally came up or how long.
Well, look at the source that it came from.
Venom, unlikely. Venom, yeah. I kind of disagree if it is still in development, because I think Sony should make Insomniac stand out a lot more, if that makes sense, like with what they've been through and stuff. And if the Venom game is still in development, I think it would just be cool, even if it's a 5-second
Oh, by the way.
And then like kind of like at the end of one of the Spider-Man films, when there's a little bit of the black stuff.
The post credits.
On the bar or something like that would be cool. Just as a by the way.
Yeah, I would like that. Like, you wrap up the Wolverine trailer, and then they say plus, and then they just flash Venom's logo. People, Techno Cookie, you missed the shanties from Black Flag.
Man,
play Sea of Thieves and do them with your friends. Same thing.
Oh, we've been there, done that, man. With us, with our pal Bruce, man. He'd always get out. What's the thing? Is it the harpsichord? What's the thing called? The thing you rotate it, and I don't know what it is, man.
It's not the accordion, but it might be the harp. Yeah,
we'd get that man on deck, and we'd be man. But that was the thing about Black Flag that was so cool. You just set the sails. You ordered the guys to sing a shanty, and you were just
play
in the
Skull
open
and
waves,
Bones.
Man. So good, Skull and Bones.
Play that quadruple A title.
Oh man. Well, who said GTA is going to be the first 5A?
Sequential A? Sequential A?
I don't know, man. It's something like that.
Or quintuple A game.
Yeah, man.
He's Gullimop, man. Evis
Gullimop.
He needs to shut up sometimes.
Yeah, kind of like Randy Pitchford.
Oh yeah,
that guy is causing so many problems.
Our game is super. My favorite part. Our game is super optimized.
Like it, refund it.
Yeah. Our game is super optimized for PC. Next day they announce, oh, by the way, here's a PC optimization patch. Like,
yeah, man. You know what? It hurts me, man, because he was so cool when we spoke at Gamescom.
He's the typical. I don't want to say the typical person. He's the type of person that you got to take his phone away. Yeah, Phil said it. Just take his phone away.
Yeah. PR must have a headache with him.
Yeah, because everything else comes across like it's just like, hey, there's these few issues. Is there any maybe off the rail, out of the blue games you would love to see show up?
Killzone.
Yeah, I'd love to see.
Genuinely, for me, even if they turn around and just said we're just doing a remastered trilogy, I'd piss myself.
Mine is Infamous.
I genuinely would.
If Infamous, that's how I am with like the Infamous series. If that series were to come back,
I didn't get into that until Second Son came around, and then I absolutely loved it. And First Light was really cool too. They were just like so ahead of their time, and people go back and they do those things where it's like, oh, you can't believe this game came out like more than a decade ago, and just the visuals and stuff and the effects were so good in Second Son. I loved that, man. Great game.
We see a lot Tomb Raider, a lot of people in the chat, Tomb Raider, Red Dead Redemption 2 PS5 edition. Like, I mean, there's a lot. Silent Hill. There's so much. Tomb Raider. Like I said, Tomb Raider, Ghost Recon. The more I think about it, Ubisoft would be the one to, they'll do their own. The more Tom talked about it, just makes too much sense with everything they got going on.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about Killzone, like right up here, man. I've got my own little hell.
Don't touch anything else on the shelf. You're gonna break more shit.
It does look like it's like very wonky.
It's just because the camera is the camera is at an angle, because to get the backdrop in and to not show you like the rest of my home, I have to angle the camera all funny like.
See, that's why I'm just putting a dungeon in my basement and I'm not allowed out. I'm like Sloth from the Goonies. My wife will throw food down the stairs behind me, like in front of me.
Just bounce it down the stairs in like a little
baggie. Puts it in a little baggie. He's like, here's your baby Ruth.
We're moving home in 20 days. So in the next podcast in like 3 weeks' time, I'll have a completely different backdrop.
Look at you.
Great.
Will you have like a
No, he's not, Larry.
And you like are you gonna still be in your living room, or are you gonna have your own office?
Yes, I'll still be in my living room.
So it's going to be exactly the same.
The kitchen won't be there.
Right, yeah.
It's a separate. Behind me will be lovely. It'll be really good.
Yeah.
Upgraded.
Larry asked if you were a real person, Tom.
No,
I
he's
can
AI.
tell you, damn it, next week I have to wear the shirt. He is the world's biggest game journalist.
Yeah.
He is real. He is real.
I'm usually floating around at events and stuff.
Yeah, and people, no one knows, no one outside of the staff and like the Iron Lords and a few other people know what he looks like, and he likes it that way because how do you think he gets the information?
I just sit at tables at all these events and just earwig, man.
He's just like, good. Thank you, Phil. While you're eating next to me, not knowing who I am. Thank you. Actually, what Tom actually does is,
unfortunately, Phil knows who I am now.
I know. Tom records live from the basement of Ubisoft's headquarters in France, and he is just there going, Yves,
he's actually Yves Gollimot's illegitimate son.
and Yves cut him out of the will and the estate, and that's why he reports all the Ubisoft news he does. And
fuck you, Dad.
This show, we didn't even get to the other topics. We're already at an hour. And the other real topic was Battlefield, but we got time to talk Battlefield, before it launches. But
no, we've all got
they did announce a soundtrack. They did announce a soundtrack.
Rocky, punchy.
And that is my music. Like, let's go. I'm happy. All I know is if I'm out there and all of a sudden I'm running people over with a tank and Bodies by Drowning Pool while I blow up a building and I just see it collapse on people and Bodies is playing, I'm going to lose my mind. Like, you're in a tank and you just hear, let the bodies hit the floor. And you time to run over people at the floor.
It's they got Invaders Must Die as well, man. Can't stop. Nothing but a G-Thang, Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Great song.
That's kind of out of the mix there a little bit, I think.
It's got Prodigy, yeah. That. But yeah, Dr. Dre, Snoop, the kid is like, it's got so much.
I do want to touch on the Battlefield Battle Royale leak that happened as well.
Yeah, that was a thing.
So Modern Warzone, he's been accurate at leaking Call of Duty, some Battlefield stuff, in the past. And he said that the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale is going to release at the end of October. I can't remember the exact date.
The 28th, I believe it was.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, everyone's of the mind that this could hurt Call of Duty, but I just feel like this could hurt Battlefield, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because Call of Duty is such a juggernaut that, like, you're never going to take down Goliath. Like, I just cannot see it happening. I think that Black Ops 7 is going to still sell tremendously well. And if there's anything, just one single thing, like, massively wrong with the Battle Royale, be that, bugs or whatever, or especially if they have server issues and stuff like that, it's going to turn a lot of people away, and then the next thing 2 weeks later is going to be Call of Duty, and it just feels like extremely bad timing. That being said, if it is ready and they're confident that it is ready, then just release it at the end of November instead, because then it's kind of, you're flipping the script kind of where people are going to have the 2 weeks, 3 weeks on Call of Duty, and then boom, Battlefield Battle Royale takes away all of the players or whatever. And I don't know, it just makes sense to me to do it that way. I'll probably have a report out maybe next week as well about something going on with Call of Duty and Battlefield and influencers and all that kind of stuff, because there's like some serious games of chess being played in the background, which is very interesting. And I don't know. I just feel like this could hurt Battlefield if it's not done right. So we'll see.
When they said that it was going to be launched later. My assumption was we'd see it in like February, not 2 weeks. That's kind of, yeah, I agree with the hurting. Will it take away people from regular multiplayer?
Yeah, I think.
Will people go, the Battle Royale sucks, so I'm going to leave the game entirely rather than going back to what they like about Battlefield?
Yeah, I think Modern Warzone said that it's always been the plan to be a few weeks after launch, which I guess is probably to coincide with season 1 of Battlefield, because I think usually they do it a few weeks after launch. But yeah, like Mr. B said, they've also got to compete with Arc Raiders, which I think a lot of people are like looking forward to Arc Raiders as well. And that could also, it will obviously hurt Arc Raiders, but it's also going to hurt Battlefield, because yeah, a lot of people are looking forward to that game as well. Arc Raiders is obviously made by a lot of ex-Battlefield developers as well, and there's a lot of professional and personal relationships, let's say, between like creators and the developers of that game and stuff, so they're going to want to play their game. So I don't know, like, it just seems like incredibly bad timing to me, but maybe I've got it wrong.
Yeah, they got to know something we don't, or we think they know. We'd hope they know something we don't. But
or of course, this could be entirely inaccurate.
Yeah, and then it's actually not coming until later this year, next year.
But yeah, I don't know. Like, Modern Warzone does have a good track record. At the same time, with these things, it's like it's a different like kettle of fish to report on a feature in a game and then report on a planned release date, because you could get features of a game pretty easily by playtesters or people who've played it at a press event or whatever, and then trying to get the release date out of someone is
you know what?
Difficult. Yeah.
Whilst we're on that real quick, right? Whilst we're talking about, confirming things, whatever. So last week, with Insider Gaming, exclusively revealed that DreamHack, the supersized esports and gaming event, will be coming to the UK next year in March for the first time in a decade. And today they confirmed that's the case, and they announced it, and everyone's gone like bonkers because it's such a huge event, and we don't really get things like that in the UK anymore. So that was one for one. I also said that one of the major events is going to be a Call of Duty League Major, which is going to take place at DreamHack with 2 other games, one of which should be Dota 2. The third one I'm not too sure about, but I mean, all signs point to that track record looking good, and we should know more about the Call of Duty League 2026 season coming up real soon, including a rebrand for FaZe and FaZe hosting champs next July, all of which is exclusively from Insider Gaming Esports.
Man, Grant finally getting some exclusive news for us.
Yes.
About time. It only took him 20 years.
20? I've been doing that for
3.
Not 3. I've not been here. Well, almost 3. But
it'll be 3 in
Insider Gaming Esports is a year old, my pal.
That doesn't matter. It's about time.
Yeah, man, we got there.
It's about time. It's about time you show your worth. God.
We are not getting into this shit.
It's about time,
bro.
Grant shows his worth.
I have got chart beat on my left screen, and I've been at the top of that bitch all day long.
Not any. Yeah. Quality over quantity, boy.
It must be quality. People keep coming back for more, man. Look at these returning.
Nah, you just know how to manipulate the fake algorithm.
Yeah, that's all.
Your view button. Grampy view button out here, people.
Go do a fucking Wordle.
I will. You're damn right I will.
Oh,
you see the treatment I deal with, people? This is what I deal with. You guys have no idea. Without my fellow U.S. brethren with me today, I got no backup.
Oh, man, he's outnumbered.
Yeah, so, like, obviously we jokingly mentioned GTA 6 in October 26, and Mike, you said, yeah, we'll get into that. I don't know if...
I wanted to, yeah. We're a little over, and people like the show. People are here. People are interested. I still don't believe it's going to happen, but you seem to be. People ran that you reported with it, by the way. They ran saying
this is
reported.
The thing. Yeah. This is the thing. Is that it was from 2 weeks ago, and for some reason it recirculated. So it's like a second injection of like me confirming that GTA 6 is going to be delayed, which isn't the case. I don't know if it's going to be delayed. All I said is that I've heard rumblings, which doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, right? Like you hear this stuff all the time. And if I had enough corroboration, I would rather put it on the website because we get more money from.
Right, we are an independent outlet. We don't have $1 billion backing, despite what some people might think about us. We need the views.
Yeah, but I mean, don't. I always said this was always a major concern doing a podcast, is that I was we had this
say
discussion.
One thing,
and then it would diminishes your credibility and stuff. Like, always take the podcasts as like
conversation.
We're unfiltered here, man. We're unfiltered.
Yeah.
Unless if there is something to report, we will preface it and say, hey, this is something that's going on the website for more details or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it will be delayed, but I've got no credible evidence to report on. I just think it's logical.
As long as it's delayed alongside something, like here's a whole new trailer and whatever, and here's some gameplay, but we're delaying it, or something,
Yeah, like it probably will though, right? And like people, I've seen so many comments like, "Oh, if it's delayed again, I'm not buying it." It's like, yeah, you are. Everyone's buying it, man. 5 more months or whatever it is, like people are going to buy this thing.
Thing is, man, if they drop it in October, I know we're saying it's just we're spitballing, right? If they dropped it at that time of the year, it would align with tradition for Grand Theft Auto, but the contenders and the disruption that would cause to the big hitters that come out around holiday time, would be unparalleled.
They
Could you imagine
like
the worst?
They don't care.
No. I know that, but I'm saying just from just a general perspective, like you imagine it being the worst selling Call of Duty game ever, just because GTA has come out so close to it or something. Man.
I mean, good.
Yeah,
I kind of hope. I don't want to say I hope this one is, because it's still. I can still guarantee Call of Duty will outsell. People are saying Battlefield, it's going to outsell Battlefield by at least 2-1.
That's Reese Elliott, man. Alinea Analytics turning around saying that people are just on their whole what did he say? Not the mindless consumerism, it was something else.
No,
like habitual
habit at the end of the day.
Habitual purchasing something or other. Like you buy it just because you buy it. That's it. You buy it, you don't want it, you don't like it, you're just gonna buy it because you buy it, Crazy. I was gonna get on Game Pass.
I mean, it's interesting that people say that when apparently everyone's struggling for money and stuff.
Yeah, well, people are going to buy it with the money they can't afford to spend.
Damn. But yeah, I don't know. I think it is going to be delayed. Like, if that was a bet, then I would place that bet. To be honest, because I just think that it's just logical, and Rockstar Games are not going to release it until it's ready.
Yeah, and if it doesn't happen to be, what's going to be funny is it's going to do the same thing that GTA 5 did. It's going to launch the year before the next gen consoles come out.
Yeah, and then they're going to double dip
and do a nice enhanced edition.
Yeah,
same for PC as well.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Grand Theft Auto 5 came out 8 times.
Yeah, I'm at the point if I'm still on the fence if I'll buy GTA 6 at launch whenever it comes out, because I might just wait the 2 years and wait till it comes out on PC.
Nah, there's no way.
No one.
It depends on what they do with
no
GTA
one's
Online.
Doing that.
No one will.
No, Mike. No.
That's what I did with GTA 5.
Nope.
Nah, this is bigger.
This is,
but with how I am with GTA, I don't play the full single player stories of GTA.
Did you not complete 5?
No. As soon as I got access to GTA Online,
that long.
As soon as I got access to GTA Online, that's all I did.
Yeah, but you're forgetting the circumstances have changed between 5 and 6, where now you work for a gaming website where where your boss may or may not be like, we need some guides on this game.
And then I go, you're going to take me away from all the important news that might break.
Do you think Rockstar will give us a copy early for review?
No.
Dude, they're not going to do copies early. They're probably not going to do physical editions.
No, it's one of those games that without sounding too I don't know what I'm sounding like, but it's one of those games that doesn't need to be reviewed. Like
I mean, to be honest, most AAA games don't need to be.
I mean, maybe.
People are still going to buy Call of Duty whether the reviews are good or bad. They're still going to people are going to pick up Madden whether the reviews are good or bad. They're going to pick up Battlefield whether the reviews are good or bad. They're going to pick up whatever it may be.
Yeah, I'm going to say a comment about physical editions for GTA 6. There will be, but there's probably just going to be like a day one patch that
of course
lifts the game, or whatever.
There'll be licenses. Did I play Alley Cat asked if I played Red Dead 1 or 2. I played Red Dead 1, never played 2. Because 2 came out at a time when I was a new dad. So
that's fair.
There was no way I didn't play for that time. There was the first year of my first kid's life. I didn't touch games much at all just because I was so focused on I can only put my attention on this thing I need to keep alive.
I was kind of different because I did the night shifts and would play games.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. What came out when because Jacob was born November 2022.
The only games I played, because the Switch came out the year my first was born, and I played Super Mario Odyssey during the night, but that was all I would do because that was easy. Pick up, put down, pick up, put down.
What came out? Modern Warfare 2 came out shortly after. When was that?
Man, how old is Jacob? Almost 20?
Haha, yes, very good.
You said Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, you know what I mean, Michael.
No, if you're going to say Modern Warfare 2, you got to say Modern Warfare 2.2.
No, Modern Warfare I.
Oh, yeah, that's what they did. So dumb. So dumb.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was, but yeah. I didn't lock off games. I didn't lock off games at all, but it definitely slowed. I think it was when you had when did Dead Island 2 come out? That was February 2023. I think that was the first game that I had after he was born where I actually soaked up every single piece of that game. By then he was 5 months old, so yeah, man. Now he loves them. I don't know if you guys have seen. My son absolutely adores Dying Light. Funnily enough, we were talking about that earlier on today with the review. He is such a huge. It's probably one of the most inappropriate things for a near 3-year-old to find hilarious, but he does. He's got a thing about when you swing weapons, when you hit zombies. It cracks him up something fierce, man. He absolutely loves it. It's crazy. He got to a point where and when the main character, I was playing Dying Light 2, when he makes a noise, if you're climbing and he's going he'll stand there and imitate the noises and just laugh. It's
my oldest, because Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy came out. I would play that and he loved when you got the mask and it would just go hoobadaba. And he would just he'd run around and he'd just go hoobadaba. And then the game over, I would come out and just go game over. He would fall. We have a video of him just falling, getting up after he fell and looking and go, game over.
Yeah.
That was
they're so impressionable, man.
It's so good.
Yours is a bit more appropriate than mine, though. So
yeah, well, yeah. My 7-year-old was watching South Park with me when he was 2.
Wow. Yeah.
I don't shelter him from anything. He's just learning time and place.
On the last episode, we were talking about PlayStation 1 games that should come back, and I said that when I was 7 years old or something ridiculous, I was playing Duke Nukem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. granted, did your parent at the time back then? Did your parents know like what the game was?
I don't think they did. Like it was
Yeah.
it was on PlayStation 1, Duke Nukem, Time to Kill. And the opening sequences, you were on like a street of some city somewhere, and you have to go into a strip club and kill the pigs. And I didn't have a clue what was going on, man. Not a clue.
I remember being 13 playing Postal 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
And my mother came and wanted me playing it. I was never yelled at more in my life.
Bro, I never had that. I think, yeah.
Because I convinced them. I was very good at convincing my parents, oh, this is a fine game. It's Postal. I'm a postman.
Yeah. They don't know.
He went postal. They didn't put that description in it. It was
No, I never had that because I was too bad, man. Like I remember when I was growing up, I saw a Friday the 13th film and I was young as hell, man. I must have been like 7, 8 years old. And it stayed with me for years. Jason Voorhees, man, gave me nightmares for so long. And even now, you know, you know, that thing in the Friday the 13th, even that strikes some fear into me, man. It creeps me the hell out, man. Now anyone puts on a hockey mask, I'm like, that is the most convincingly terrifying shit I could ever imagine. Like, man, it wasn't appropriate upbringing, that's for sure.
No, but we turned out fine.
Yeah, man, exactly.
It's not.
I know now to avoid serial killers wearing, you know, hockey masks.
As we wind down, it's not video games' fault, and that was a targeted message to a certain sector.
Okay, moving swiftly on to the end. Wrap up.
We're gonna start wrapping up because we are way over the hour. You can follow us, of course, at Insider Gaming IG on Twitter, at insider-gaming.com on Blue Sky, Insider_gaming YouTube. We are on Facebook. We're on TikTok. How long that remains in the States, who knows, but you can find stuff there. You can get all of the latest news, reviews, interviews, and more at insider-gaming.com. Find Grant at Newcov_, myself at Mike Star Media. Tom, look for the snowmobile. And AP isn't here to do it. So, we're going to do this not the old-fashioned way, the Grant way. And simply say,